Welcome to another No More PR and Marketing Bollocks video. I am joined by the author and curator, Bob Dearsley. Bob, thanks very much for joining us.
A real pleasure, as ever.
Last week, Bob, we promised the audience a cocktail party. And some of you may remember from our last video that we spoke in specifics about social media and why it's important. And some of you have come back and asked, what should you talk about on social media as a B2B business? In B2C, it's relatively straightforward. You're mostly there to be seen and to be participating. In B2B, it's a bit more complex, is it not?
For sure. I think it's a great book, which I'd like to reference and give a plug to a great guy, David Meerman Scott, The New Rules of PR and Marketing. If you haven't read it, I'd strongly recommend it. And David proposes a series of rules as such around using social media as if it was a cocktail party. And fundamentally, you get a set of rules or set of questions, if you will. You wouldn't go to a cocktail party and meet a lot of people and just say, buy my product. That's not the right way to behave. You wouldn't ask everyone at that drinks party give me a business card before I'll even talk to you. It doesn't happen. It's very easy in those situations. You know who the bore is. The bore is the one who's talking about themselves the whole time, and they're not listening. So you'd probably say listen as much as you talk. And in general terms, you're chatting about what's happening around you. You're enjoying the idea of networking, and you have to, it's a part of general business life, going and meeting people, and I would say running the risk of bumping into like-minded people who have issues and problems that perhaps your business can solve. And in that respect, you say, well, if I'm helpful, if I'm talking about things which are topical in the news, I'm probably interesting, therefore. I'm probably going to enjoy the interaction with somebody who is telling me stuff I don't know, new things, different ideas. So sharing that type of material, I think, makes a great deal of difference. And also bear in mind that there might be, I don't know, there's 50 people at that particular drinks party, cocktail party. Do you just go around saying hello, hello, hello to every single one, or actually do you enjoy the fact that you might meet a half a dozen people and actually learn something and have an interesting conversation? And that would make a distinct difference. And there are, however, there are certain ways in which you need to ease yourself into that environment. Some people find it quite challenging. Some people find it a difficult thing to do. I guess I'm blessed in some respects because I just love meeting people, and therefore any opportunity for networking, for getting to know new people is an enjoyable thing for me. But I think over a period of time, even if you find it challenging, it's something, like most things, the more frequently you put yourself in that situation, the more likely you are to start to enjoy it and start to appreciate the benefits of it. And these days, meeting people, interacting with people, it's just a natural part of networking in business. And you've got to think of it in terms of, is it face-to-face in real life, or is it actively on social media? And whether I am sharing my thoughts and ideas on LinkedIn, or whether I am perhaps promoting those ideas through Twitter, which would be a common enough thing to do, and any of the other social media channels that are appropriate for your market. Some people would consider Facebook to be appropriate in a business environment, others not. And put all of that together. In the background, we've got the video channels, those that are there to share video, just as we might be following this. That whole piece comes together as an active program of engagement, and it should be enjoyable, and we should find a reason to do more of it.
So irrespective of if you're offline or online, when it comes to the cocktail party that is social media, what would be your advice, your main tip for people?
Key thing here is use the opportunity to engage with a new audience and amplify your messages. Always look for ways in which you can take the stuff that you know and love, the thought leadership ideas, use those and promote them through your social media channels.
Bob, thanks very much for telling us about social media and approaching it as a cocktail party. We'll be back again next week with more tips from Bob, and we hope to see you there.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bob.